Okay, this is the second part of using the Smart Brailler for Sammy. So here you see I have these little cubes that we have put on here for Sammy so that she can isolate her fingers. It's a six-sided cube, except obviously one of the sides is missing. And there's the Velcro on the bottom here. So that way we can put them on the keys here, and then when she's brailing, she can slip each one of those fingers right into position and it will hold them, and they come off really easy. The colors don't mean anything, it's just these are the colors that they had, so they can go on and come off, but the idea is when she's brailing on her left hand, okay, cell 1 is the index finger, so she would insert that index finger, and cell 2 is going to be the middle finger, and cell 3 would be the ring finger. And then the same on the opposite end, cell 4 would be the index finger, cell 5 would be the middle finger, and cell 6 would be the ring finger. So she can go ahead and put those in practice. She does have some weakness still. We're working on that, so she may need assistance with maybe just going up on the top and pushing down with her. It's not as hard as the traditional Brailler, but it still does take a little bit of effort for her to push. So this is just great. What I do, I'm going to switch this over so you can see me. What I do for her is I give her a little bit of time just to play and let her do whatever she needs and wants to do. She likes to push the enter button and just different things, but when it's time for her to braille, I make sure that those fingers where they need to be. Index finger on the left hand is in cell 1, middle finger cell 2, ring finger cell 3, and then on the right hand, index fingers in cell 4, middle fingers in cell 5, and pinky finger is in cell 6. So I just wanted to explain to you why I have those on there for you. Okay, now I'm going to talk about turning on the device. And remember, I told you, you don't have to use the power at all. You can do it without, but it's kind of fun for Sammy. So we'll go ahead and turn it on. Remember, I told you it's on the right side. There's the rocker switch down here, and we're going to go ahead and turn that on. And you'll hear the feedback, the audio feedback, and she likes to listen for that, so she's already familiar with this. It takes usually 30 seconds or so for it to come on. You'll see, I don't know if you can see here.
APH Smart Brailler by Perkins.
Okay, so it talks to her, gives her the feedback. Like I said, it takes a little bit of time. So if I can move this up so that you can see it a little better, maybe. So it doesn't have the glare, but I don't know if that's
Welcome, Sammy.
Okay, so right now I have it on Sammy because she's the last one to use it. And on the screen it says welcome Sammy, and then there's 3 names. It's Sammy, and then a guest, and then Aiden. It doesn't really matter too much where she goes into, but obviously if you could get her into Sammy, that would be great. Over on the right here is just like the up, down, left, right arrows, and they're also tactile on them as well. So what you're going to want to do is arrow down,
Sammy,
and it will say Sammy's name, and then in the center here it would be the select or enter key. So we will go ahead and hit that.
Braille entry.
So when it comes to this particular setting, it's saying it's ready for you to enter Braille. This is just like a cursor for you to see. So when the carriage is moved up here, this is the cursor. And again, like I said, backspace would be like that. So if I were to Braille the letter S, okay, you would have Sammy, because the letter S is cells 2 and 3. So it would be middle finger, ring finger on the left hand, and 4 on the right. All together at the same time, it would go like that. So what's happened is you didn't hear it speak back to you because I did something when I was using this the last time. I should have checked, but that's okay because we can talk about that now. So I'm going to go to a new line. All right, so over on the left here, we have some buttons, and these are just functions, just like the F keys on our computer board. So I'm going to go through these each with you.
Screen off.
That's just basically the LCD screen is off or on. That's entirely up to you. If you don't want her to be looking at the letters as we're brailing, that's a good option, but you just push it to put it back on. This right here
Large print.
is it lets you see things bigger,
Sim Braille.
and then this is just simulating what the braille actually looks like.
Large print.
This is large print.
Sim Braille.
This is braille. Okay, so again, you can choose whatever ones you want. The third one down.
Uncontracted Braille.
So there's two different types of braille. Contracted braille is where you have certain letters that could be 2 to 3 letters, but only is one braille shape. Like, for example, ING is not ING each individual letter, but in braille it has one symbol for ING. And for letters like ED, they have one symbol. AND has one symbol. Right now with Sammy, I have it on uncontracted braille. And it's simple. If you accidentally do have it in contracted, you just go down to this third button.
Contracted Braille.
And you do it.
Uncontracted Braille.
Uncontracted braille. This one down here is where it speaks in different settings. So I'm going to go through the cycle first.
Speak letters.
So in this particular section it will speak every letter that you braille.
Speak words.
And this one is, you would braille the word Sammy first, and then when you were done, push the space bar, it would say Sammy's name.
Speak letters and words.
This is where it would speak the letter as you braille it. And when it's done being brailled, the whole letter, or I'm sorry, the whole word, it would speak the entire word too. This is a good one that I use for her. This is the speak letter and words one that I use.
Speak lines.
So this is, you braille the whole line, and then when you hit enter, it will read the whole line for you.
Speak everything.
This is everything combined. Self-explanatory, letters, words, lines. This is another one you might want to do just because she likes to hear the whole line. Maybe we'll leave it on that one instead.
Speech off.
And then that's where I had it, which was speech off.
Speak letters.
So you just cycle through it.
Speak words. Speak letters and words. Speak lines. Speak everything.
Okay, so I'm going to leave it on speak everything so you can see what it does. So like I said, if I were to braille an S, I'll go ahead and do that. It sells 2, 3, and 4.
S.
Okay, now if you see on here, it has an S in print, and up here is an S in braille. Okay, so, and then if we did A, which is cell 1, and then M would be cells 1, 3, and 4. So that would be, she would have to use her index, her index finger, her ring finger, which is cell 3. She wouldn't push down 2, and 4 would be over here in your right hand index finger. And then I is cells 2 and 4, so that would be middle finger, left hand, index finger, right hand.
Dot 1, 2, 4.
And that
6.
that accidentally pushed this over here because I had it too close. So I'm going to backspace.
Dot 1, 2, 4, 6. Dot 1, 2, 4.
Well, I don't know, for some reason it's not letting me do it, but you get the idea. You can see that it has that instant feedback for her.
Caps.
So
Some.
what I'm going to do is, this is something she loves to do. When we're practicing just the basic letters, what I have her do is take that index finger on her left hand, and I have her push cell 1.
A.
And she really likes that because it makes that noise. And then we do the B's, so it would be on the left hand, cell 1 and 2, so it would be index finger and middle finger.
B.
So it repeats it. And then if I were to hit enter, oops, that was backspace.
Sam. Dot 1, 2, 4, 6. B B B.
So how you see how it read each letter as I brailled it, each word as I brailled it, and the line when I brailled it. So that's basically the Sim Braille. There's something finicky about this. I'm not sure what the feature is for, other than the fact that if you were to push this middle button over here while you're brailing, just listen to what it says.
Braille tracking off.
So when it hits that, when you hear that, don't freak out, just push it again.
Braille tracking on.
So it puts it back on. I'm not sure what the purpose is of it, but it's there, and I've yet to find any purpose. But again,
Braille tracking off.
and
Braille
and
tracking
honestly,
off.
it even does it when I go and I move.
Braille tracking off.
When we,
Braille
it's
tracking
just finicky. So just know that this is how you activate and deactivate the Braille tracking. Also over here is your menu and your selection. So when you see this, it's at the top left part. It's the menu button. Well,
Main menu.
okay, so here's the main menu. So when we get a little bit more into the Braille, we are able to
File.
pull up files that can be sent to here. So like if she had some work that she did on this, we could save the file to this and then put it on a USB, and then the teacher can see it in print. Also the same with the teacher had something and wanted us to look at it here. I haven't tried that feature yet, but I hear it's pretty cool. It reads it for you.
Users.
If you wanted to change a user, you could go into this.
Apps.
There isn't really a lot yet with apps, but
Apps menu.
I am going to tell you that this is really cool. It's called Building on Patterns.
Building on Patterns Kindergarten.
So if you click on that, it's a game. I don't know if she's quite here yet, but it's good to teach
Building
yourself
on Patterns
Braille.
Kindergarten. User. Sammy.
So I already have it set up for her, and it says Building on Patterns, User Sammy, Instructions, and this is Module A. It's just like the first lesson, the first.
Instructions.
So you can listen to the instructions if you
Module
want
A.
A, but I'll just go through quickly and show you what it does.
Module A.
So it's this is description, letter exercise 1, word exercise 1.
Description. Letter exercise 1.
We're going to do letter exercise.
Letter exercise 1.
So then we want to start. It just takes a little time.
Braille the letter G.
So you would want to, with practice, G is dots 1, 2 on the left hand. I have to move it so I can do it myself. 1, 2 on the left hand, and 3 or 4, 5 on the right.
G. Well done.
So it gives her the feedback that she got it. And up
Next item. Braille the letter
she would have
Y.
to braille the letter Y. And this is just really more as she gets a little bit more proficient. Not knowing her letters right now in Braille, this won't be as fun. But again, it's a great tool once we get to that point. And then if you
Braille
want,
the letter
if you
Y.
wanted to get out of, you just go back to the
Exercise. Paused. Continue. Skip. Repeat. I quit exercise.
there you go.
Letter exercise 1.
And then go back. So let's go back to the menu.
Main menu. File.
Again, these are files that you can pull up.
Apps. Settings.
Settings.
Settings menu.
You can change the language. You can change the voice.
Voice setting. Current
You can-
setting Ryan.
I have it on Ryan.
Change to Heather.
You can change it to Heather. And it's a female.
Loading new voice. Please wait.
And it will be a female talking to. It's just a preference thing, whatever you want to do. This is your machine with her to play with. So I don't really, whatever you want to do is your preference. I don't know, it's taking a lot longer than I thought. And then on the next one, it's change the color. So okay, good. Oops, sorry. Okay. Must be frozen. So what you can do when we go back into the menu, I don't know, for some reason it froze on me. Here, I'm going to turn it off and back on. When you get into the settings again in the main menu, you can, I have it with a black background and a yellow contrast with the cursor, but there's different ones. There's pink, I think blue, and it's a preference, whatever you guys want to set it on. But that's pretty much it in a nutshell. There's really not much more to this. It really is user-friendly, and it's a lot lighter. Just make sure you keep it charged. On the top right part of the LCD screen, you'll see there's a percentage number that will be displayed over here, and it right now is at 75%.
Welcome, Sammy.
I did change the voice. So back to the settings again.
Braille entry. Main menu. File. Users. Apps. Settings. Settings menu. Language. Voice. Colors. Color setting. Current settings yellow on black.
So it's on yellow on black, but you can
Change to white on black.
White on black.
Change to black on yellow. Change to pink on black. New
so it looks like that.
pink on black.
So it's just a preference.
Change to black. Change to black on pink. New settings is black.
That was
pink,
kind
black on
of the
pink.
contrast is kind of hard, but
Change to
actually
white
it
on
might be
black.
good for her with her eye condition if you wanted to do it. But
Change to black.
you know, right now
Change to-
she's not
change
really
to black
using
on
this
yellow.
as much. But then, of course, if you went back to the Braille entry, it would
Braille
look like
entry.
this. And then if she did A, she would see it like that. So again, you have to figure out what's best for her. But that's it in the nutshell. And then you don't forget to turn it off. You
Battery
don't.
level at 75%.
And it just announced it for you as well. Just make sure you shut it off. Don't leave it on at night, or else you'll have to just charge it again. But that's pretty much it. So, and again, text me, call me, you know, that's not a big deal. But hopefully we can get her started with practicing on her Braille writing as well. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I wanted to show you one more thing. Right here is the USB connect. So that would be where we would connect the USB, and this is where you would put your headphones. It's a headphones port, and then volume is over here, so you can turn it up or down if it's getting too annoying. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Hopefully this will all make sense. If not, I'll be meeting up with you anyway. All right, bye.